Hi, I am here today to show you how I made this really cute card, and it's a double Z fold card, and I used the layering dioramas for the front of my card. So let's go ahead and get started. So I started with a piece of basic white that is, I think it's 9 3/4 by 5.5, and you'll find all these measurements on my blog. 9 3/4 by 5.5, and I'm going to fold that, and then I scored because I wanted this to be larger. So this is actually scored at 2 3/4 and 5.5. So we're going to fold this like a Z and take our bone folder and burnish that on both edges there. Okay, so now we have our Z card right there. And then, let me put this over here. And then we're going to take this piece of soft succulent, one of my favorite colors. I need to put that away. I keep using that. Soft succulent, and grab my mat. I don't know why I refuse to use this mat because it always makes it work. There's something about the pressure that works good for the mat. Oh. Okay, so we're going to put this piece of soft succulent in here, thinking, yes, that needs to go in here first. Okay, so we're going to do that, and just leaving a little edge around. Okay, and then we're going to put the piece of soft succulent on the front. And this is like 5 3/8 by 2 3/4. 2 and a little less than that, it'd be 2 5/8, because my card is scored at 2 3/4. So that goes on there. Okay, now we need to cut our DSP, and so we're going to cut that at 2.5 by 5.5, 5 1/4, 2.5. And 5 1/4. So keep this piece here, because you can use that for something else. Do I want it cut at 5 1/4? No, I won't want that cut at 5 1/4. Just this one. So this is the one for the front, and I'm going to cut it at 2.5 by 5 1/4. Is that what I said? Yeah. I want to look at this before I go further. I have it marked 5.5, but it can't be 5.5. I need to change my instructions. Let me make a little note there. That can't be 2.5 by 5.5. Okay. So I hope I cut this right, or else we're going to be cutting it down the other way. It is perfect. Okay. So then this one is going to get cut the very same way, by 5 1/4. Okay, because this one's going to go on the inside here, because it's just a piece that's left over, and I thought that's good use of it. We'll just attach it there, and we can put our paper trimmer away. So we're done with that. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this on. So we want to do all of this before we attach our fold-out mechanism, our second Z fold. So I'm going to put this on here, just leaving a little bit of a margin all the way around. And I'm going to attach this to the front, doing the same thing. Oh my gosh, I just did that wrong. I did. Oh, okay, you're going to see how this works. So it's been on here for maybe, what, 10 seconds? I put them in the wrong places. This is the front of my card. So if I huff on it, it comes off. Nice thing about, whoops, I left a little bit on there. Nice thing about this DSP, this glue, it does come off. Okay, I'm making a mess here. Okay, this one is going to go on here. That is the front of my card on the left. That is the front of my card. Okay, this is going to go on the inside right here. Let's see if we have enough glue left on there to make it stick. I think we're good. A little bit touch up here. Okay, now we're good. Okay, now I've got it. So I got lost when I was seeing all that white, threw me off. Okay, now, this is our mechanism in here, and I have scored this. It's, let's see if I can find my measurements. It's 7.5 by 2 3/4, and it's scored at 2 3/4 and 5.5. So this panel, you can see, is nowhere near the size of the other panels. Okay, so that smaller panel, that's going to be the panel that gets adhered to the front of my card, and the other two, it's going to go just like that. Okay, but I have to get it all ready to go. So let's get it all burnished. Okay, now it's going to go in the center area right here. I want to center this. So I'm going to attach that to my card first. And just center it on this panel completely. So center it from right to left, up, top to bottom. Just about right there, I think, will be good. And then I have a piece of paper that just loves me. Okay, and then I'm going to put adhesive on this section right here. So when it folds over, it's going to go right there. And that's all going to get hidden behind, oh, I hid it behind my panel. But it'll hide behind that. That's why I cut it down to 2 3/4. Because the piece that you have left over when you do this, when you cut the original card, is big enough to use for this section. And you could do a 3-inch, but I cut mine down because I wanted it to hide behind behind this image. So, okay, we're good there. All right, let's go ahead and stamp this and attach it. So we'll have the inside done. And I used the I Love Being Your Friend from this set, and I stamped it in tuxedo black. Let's see if I can get that straight on there. Not too bad. And then I just put everything on flat because I figured the card has enough thickness of its own. And I just want to check and make sure that it's going to go that direction before I attach it. And then I'm going to put this on, just leaving a little bit of an edge of white around the edges. There we go. I love being your friend. Okay, now let's stamp our funny little amoeba image here. So that's going to go here, and we have to bring it out far enough that it will cover. So what you want to do is figure out which way it's going to go on your card. So you want to cover this section in here. You want it to completely cover. So I'm going to go, let's see. I went like this before, didn't I? No, I didn't. Gosh, it almost feels like it's not this one. Let's see, which way did I go? I did go that way, and it almost covered it. Came right to the edge. So if I go this way, and depending upon where I place it. So I think this time I'm going to turn it around and go that way. Nope, because my top shows. So find the way that's why I cut this down, because it was sticking way over. So find the way that, and keep in mind that you're going to center this on your card. So maybe just by turning it a little bit, you'll be okay. And I think that's what I did before. So I just stamped on the outside edges. I don't think it's going to make any difference where I stamp. This might show a little bit down here, but we're going to go ahead and stamp. Okay, let's get our stamp going. So I'm using Bumblebee, one of my favorite in colors that's going to be going away in this year. It will in 2022. it will go away. If it doesn't come into one of our color, every 5 to 8 years we do a color shuffle. And when they do, some of the colors may come in that have been in colors. So I love this bumblebee. I would love to see it come in and be one of our regular colors, but we'll see. For right now, all we know is that it's going to go away. So I'm going to stamp right up in here, just like that. Could have come a little further on that one. That's okay. Make sure you ink your whole stamp when you do this, because you're only stamping a part of it. And so if you don't ink the whole pad again, then you'll get a funny inking, and I just did. That's the way it goes. It's going to have to be like that this time. Why is this getting so inky again? So what's happening is my ink is returning to the top. So I'm going to just give it a really good scraping here. And I'm using the back of the spoon to move my ink down into the pad. Probably should get an older pad, or a pad that's been used more. Let's clean that off. And stamp it all off. So there's nothing on there. Okay, that looks good. Oops, except I picked up a dimensional background, a dimensional cover. Okay, let's try it now. And we're gonna go right up in here, just a small one. So I have room for my leaves. And then I'm gonna go one more time right over in here. Okay. That will do that. Okay, then I'm going to take my flower and I'm going to mask these. And so this is where I'm going to go, and I'm just going to leave it a little bit short so it's not totally covered, so they will stamp close. And I am going to use soft succulent for my leaves on this one. Let's see how our soft succulent's doing. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to catch a leaf here and a little bit, and a leaf down here. Can I catch it down there? I'm going to try it. Just a little bit of green down there. Okay, and then I'm going to take that off, move it over to here. Let's see if I can find these leaves. I think they're right there. Yep. Or petals, they are. They're not leaves. And just come in with one good stamp right here. Okay, and then I'm going to move this. And I think this is like this right in here. Yep. You'll get so you know your flower real well by the time you're done with this class, or your mask. And I'm going to stamp that right in here. And you see I'm hiding most of my leaf. I just want a little bit to show, not a ton of it. Wow, what did I do on that one, huh? Maybe this one? Yep, right there. So try stamping all your flowers the same direction. Good luck. Doesn't always work. Okay, that's good. I got a little bit of green in the center. Boy, I'm just a messy stamper today. I know you guys are probably loving this because you're seeing me make all kinds of mistakes today. But you know what? Learn from my mistakes. I make them too. Okay, you're in my thoughts today. This stamp to me, for some reason, mine, always looks like it's stamping crooked. Okay, let's try this. I guess on this amoeba shape, it doesn't matter if it stamps crooked, right? Okay, now we're going to figure out where that's going to go. And I forgot to do my ribbon, guys. Oh gosh. Okay, so I'm going to show you a trick. On our there's my spatula. Okay, on our take your pick tool, there is a spatula. So, I had enough trouble getting these on here, didn't I? Okay, good. So there's lots of room there for me to tuck my ribbon under. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, you know what, I bet I can just peel this up because it is just like that. Look at that. Okay, good. That way I can put some adhesive under there and secure that ribbon. At least a glue dot, right? Yeah. Okay, so we'll put some Stampin' Seal. I'll just pull that up a little bit. Put some Stampin' Seal along there. Let's make sure it's under there. Tuck my ribbon under. So your take your pick tool is perfect for this situation where you blew it. Now I need an eraser, an adhesive eraser. Because now I've made a mess on my white. So you guys are seeing all my tricks, how I make my cards look so wonderful. I make mistakes too, just like you guys. And it's okay. It either makes it my own or I learn to fix it. So it's a good learning process. And in this case, I know better than to not put that ribbon in first. So just a mistake. We all make them. And so then I'm going to go to the other end, see if I can use my spatula to pull that end up. And it's going to work. Now, if you can't pull it up, then take it and tuck it in, just like that. And just keep tucking until you have enough in there to be able to secure it. So I don't need all this ribbon on here. I have more than what I need. So I'm just going to, but mine will pull up. Yeah, this one will pull up too. So this end we're not going to make as messy. We're going to put a glue dot on the ribbon. So let's do that first. And then that way, when we tuck it under, it'll stick. And I want to make sure I'm coming up the right row here. And I'm just going to tuck that down in there. All the way, ribbon. Okay. So I should trim my ribbon off a little more still. Okay, let's see if we can secure that panel. Yeah, it had enough adhesive there. So I am going to put a glue dot underneath that ribbon because I'm going to put a bow in the middle of it. So I forgot my glue dots are on this side, aren't they? So I'm going to put a glue dot just... I know that, okay, my shape is going to go over top of my ribbon, so that's okay. Okay, now let's attach this. So I want this to be good and secure. And to cover that, I'm not worried about it covering the ribbon. I just want it to cover that. And I should have stamped my greeting afterwards. There we go. It's going to go up higher. It's going to come over. Okay. So I'm going to put adhesive on that left side, which is now my right side when I turn it over. And then I'm going to just keep scooting it until I've covered that white mechanism in there. So, and it's okay because you have your ribbon going down here, so if it's off to the right, it looks okay. It's not a big deal. Okay? All right, so then I have a bow somewhere. Here we go. And we're just going to secure that with a glue dot. Just tighten my bow a little. And attach my glue dot right in there. My bow right in there. Oops, it didn't pick up the glue dot. Come on. These glue dots like to stay on this paper. Let's grab my take your pick tool and turn it around again. And pick that up that way. And attach it there. All right, now my greeting is straight. And it's all set. My bow, my ribbon is okay. He's having a little problem down here. Let's just tuck him in a little bit. and securing. He's having a little issue up there too. Okay, let's add some bling. Everything looks better with bling, right? Okay, let's add some bling to this. So I'm just going to add 3 pieces of the iridescent rhinestones. One down here, and my third one is going to go right in here, right there. Okay, and there we are. And that card is finished. Okay, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this.